Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another installment of Casual Discussion. We are the Casual Guys. I'm your host, Trent, joined as always with Brandon and Noah. And today we're going to be talking about our first Mobile Suit Gundam series covered on the channel, Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. This was Noah's pick. Basically, what this show, this is our first Mobile Suit Gundam series. So if you know what Mobile Suit Gundam is, you already know. Basically, what this series is about a group of kids who overthrow their oppressive adults superiors, and then they form their own security company, and then they basically they're trying to make a name for themselves on the planet of Mars and throughout the, I guess, I don't know what it's called, the conquered galaxy. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, so Noah, this was your pick. What did you think about, well, let me ask you first, is this your first Mobile Suit Gundam series, or is this like, how do you figure into the whole Mobile Suit Gundam thing?
I think this might be the first one. I don't know. Yeah, it would be the first one. Yeah,
Have you
because
watched
I,
any
wa- I
others?
was I always call Gurren Lagann Mobile Suit, but I know it's not.
Oh,
Oh, I watched Gurren Lagann.
Is that
I
I
haven't
Mobile
for,
watched
Suit?
that.
I don't think so, no. But man, I forgot about that show. Holy crap!
It feels like it is, just because it's fucking giant mechs fighting each other and some other
Yeah.
crazy
Spoilers.
shit. Oh yeah. It's not the first thing you see on the fucking.
Yeah.
But no,
yeah,
yeah.
what do
So
you
this
think?
would
Holy
technically
shit.
be the first one. But uh, I mean, it was not as good as I remember it. It's
But
just it's just a Mobile Suit Gundam anime.
mm-hmm.
Big robot fight big robot.
Yeah.
What about
But
you, Brandon? What'd you think about it? Or, oh, okay, you still going?
but yeah, no, I in my mind I always saw it as something great, and then rewatching it again, I was just like, yeah, it's definitely got the nostalgia goggles like a lot of the other stuff
Oh
I've
yeah, for
reviewed.
sure. Yeah.
I mean, for me, man, I mean, no spoilers or anything, but like the first season, I was like, the second season, I'm like, and then you got to the last like 10 episodes, and you're like, oh fuck. You're like, oh no.
Oh
But
no.
yeah, it's I don't know. I felt like it was one of those things where they tried too hard in the beginning. Does that make sense? Like they were very
Uh,
exaggerative with a lot of stuff, and it kind of killed it for me.
how do you mean, like?
Um, like they're trying to make it emotional at some points in the beginning, and I mean, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me at the moment. Oh, doesn't make sense how they would set it up. I don't know. It was weird. I feel like it's one of those anime tropes where they just try their hardest to make it as emotional as possible, and you're just like, I'm not feeling it.
But
I
they're
feel like they,
orphans, Brandon.
yeah, that says a lot about my character.
Yeah, I could see that. They kind of you didn't really have time to attach to the characters.
No, I think that's
To
the
say.
issue. Like, I
Well,
feel like
towards the end, I like,
yeah,
they definitely could have done a better job with certain characters, like having them
Yeah.
have a closer bond and stuff. Because like they introduced, this kind of had like a little bit of seven seeds in there, where like it introduced a lot of characters at the beginning, and when a couple of them died, I'm kind of like, am I supposed to care that much? I don't know. But then towards the end, I felt as longer as the show went on, the deaths started hitting like a little bit more. Because it's like, oh man, it sucks that that guy died. It sucks that
that's
guy died and stuff.
that's the thing. I felt like those little like episode here, episode or like 2 episode arc of each character. I was like, I'm not really attached to them, so I can't really feel what they're going through. But then at the end, I feel like all those little arcs added up, so you had a background of each character. So I guess that's what they were going for. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
for me, I remember when I have watched Mobile Suit Gundam. I watched 3 episodes of the original 1970 Mobile Suit Gundam series, and I liked it, and I said I was going to come back to it one day. And I remember when we did our long anime video where we talked about all the long anime, we talked about Mobile Suit Gundam, and this is one of the series that sort of piqued my interest in all of ours because we were like, oh yeah, because I remember when this was advertised on Toonami, and I was like, oh yeah, and then it was like this, the origin, and like Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, I think, were the 3 series that we all picked out. We're like, oh yeah, these would be kind of cool series to do in the future. And yeah, I liked this show. I would say that it kind of feels like, and this sounds like mean, but it's not meant to be. It kind of feels like a not as good Code Geass, if that makes sense. And it's actually made by the same company that worked on Code Geass. in terms of like its political commentary and
I can
also
see
just
that.
like, but Code Geass had like, you know, legendary characters, death scenes that like hit you and stuff. This show didn't quite have that. Like, it didn't really have although the main guy Orga was played by Lelouch in the dub.
I
which
know.
thought
As
was
you said that, I'm
great.
like, oh, that's
Johnny
funny.
Yongbosh. But yeah, like this was done by Sunrise. They worked on Code Geass. They worked on Cowboy Bebop, Gintama, Inuyasha, and Blue Lock. So, you know, they've done a lot of stuff. And this is apparently the 14th mainline entry of this Mobile Suit Gundam timeline. And I'm just like, man, 14. There are, whenever we did that video, there are
Yeah.
a ton of Mobile Suit Gundam series, you know. That's another thing is like, at the beginning, they were throwing all of these words at you. And I did not understand a lot of them. And it kind of was like Game of Thrones, where like you start off and you're like, they're throwing out all these things at you and you're trying to remember them, and it's really hard to. So like, I think that kind of sucks about the whole Mobile Suit Gundam thing, where it's like there's so many series and you don't know where to start. So like, you're not going to get certain words and phrases and all that stuff. And by the end of it, I kind of understood it, but I'll admit that was confusing. But yeah, I did like this series though. I felt that there was something there, and sometimes
I feel like it's something where you got to fight to the end, and you'll really appreciate the overall series. That's what I felt like for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I you know, when Noah picked it, I was like really excited to watch it because I was like, oh yeah, because this was on my list of stuff that I wanted to watch, and I'm glad I watched it. And as a first Mobile Suit Gundam series for me, like full watch through, I think that's a pretty good start. Like I'm hoping there'll be better ones for sure, but that's a pretty good start for the Mobile Suit Gundam series. So yeah, all in all, I think I probably liked it the most out of all of us, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was at the end I really got into it. I mean, I was loving the fight scenes. I was loving each character individually a whole lot more. I guess it was one of those things where as I was going through it and I was like, I'm not really feeling attached. I didn't realize it, but I was getting attached. I guess that's a good way to put it.
There are some times where like I noticed it in the second season where there'd be like this thing that they have to overcome for like 4 episodes or something, and it kind of felt like I don't want to say it right now, but like there would be some in the season. It definitely felt like they were doing a lot of this. They were going from place to place to place to place, and like not spending a whole lot of time. And I'm just like, I feel like there's just random
a lot of time
problems always
skips
popping
if you
up.
think about it. If you think about what it took them
There's
the
like
first
1
season,
or 2,
like
I guess.
in the first season, how long it took them to get from Mars to Earth.
Oh yeah, it was like 3 months.
And then in the
like
the second season,
3
they like
weeks.
went back and forth like 7 times.
Oh
like,
yeah, for
okay.
sure. It got late season Game of Thronesy because like then like it used to take episodes for people to get places, but yeah. All right. So yeah. All right. We'll just get into the spoiler section. So where do you guys want to start?
Oh man, me personally, I just want to go right for the end. But what about characters?
Oh yeah. Okay. So we have Orga and Mitsuki. I felt there was something there that they were this close to getting it where I'm like, oh dude. Cause like the scenes where those 2 characters were just talking were some of my favorite scenes in the show.
Yeah.
I was like, man. And I was really hoping that we would have gotten that episode where we got to see those 2 meet as kids and stuff. And they always teased it, but they never showed it. They only showed bits and pieces. I was like, fuck.
They never gave like a background of why he had or Mika had to go through what he had to, why he had to pick up a gun and do what he needed to. Never gave the background of why. So it was like, oh, okay.
No, and I was always waiting for it. But I'll say this, like some of my favorite scenes were like when I love the dynamic of like Orga, because like you kind of like throughout the series you notice like the more Mikazuki is putting his body on the line, he's starting to like, you know, not have like working limbs and stuff like that, and he's starting to feel bad, but Mikazuki's like, no, don't blame yourself, all right? I'm doing this because I want it. Like I love that stuff. And they were like it was sort of close to like Gungrave between the 2 guys and Gungrave, but like it just wasn't quite there yet, and I kind of wish that it was better. But like yeah,
I felt like you didn't have that kind of character development, the Gungrave type. I actually thought that more with gosh dang it, Gallahorn's 2 guys, the blue haired and the yellow. Gylo,
McGillis and Galio.
There it is. Those 2. I thought I was like, man, that feels like Gungrave at the end.
Oh yeah, for sure. But, but in terms of like Orga Mikazuki, I mean, this again, skipping to the end, like I was not expecting Orga to die like that.
Bro,
Just-
no.
That
fucking hit
they
me,
did that a couple
dude.
times at the end where it was like a death happened. I'm like, whoa, I did not see that coming. So I'll give this show props for that.
I got spoiled.
Um,
So every once in a while, I'll go down to the end of an episode and just look at people's comments on Crunchyroll. And some of the people are idiots and they don't do that. This includes a
Why would you
spoiler.
look at the Crunchyroll?
No, because I want to see what people thought about it. I'm like, I can't be the only one thinking, like, because as I went through the first season, I'm like, that really didn't hit me, but I heard so many good things about this. I'm like, that's so weird. And I was looking at the comments and yeah, I got spoiled on a lot of things, but not how they would happen.
Okay, but yeah, that
It
I mean,
happens.
yeah, Mikazuki. So in terms of main characters, what did you guys think about both of them? Because again, there were certain scenes that I liked, where like the scene where they overthrew the guys who were in control of them, and like Orga just had Mikazuki shoot them. I thought that was awesome. I was like, I
Bro, that
loved it
was-
when they did that a couple times. They did a couple times throughout the show where Mikazuki would just
I like
totally just like kill
Mika
someone.
just for
It
the
was
fact
awesome.
of he wasn't a little bitch. I get it, they're kids, you know, and that was, I think that was a tough part for me. I'm like, oh, the kids are just like, oh, we don't want to do it or this or that, and then Mika's just like pop pop pop. I'm like, oh, all
Yeah,
right, cool.
that was I
That
love
rocks.
stuff like that. Yeah, and also killing like I just loved a lot of those scenes where they would just coldly and maliciously just kill people. That was really good.
Bro, the first
yeah.
duel with Mika and that older guy from Gallowhorn.
Crank Set, I
Crank.
think was his name.
And
Yeah.
he's like, and I just want you, he's like, just kill me. Okay.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
"Dang."
yeah. That's when I was just like, okay, that's
like the
fucking
dude
awesome.
barely finished his sentence and he was shooting him. I'm like, oh my golly.
Yeah, it's kind of sucks because Orga in season 1, you know, like he's like the leader, he's the big brother of all this. I do like that part of it too, that they're all like a family and stuff. Like this, it kind of has like vibes like, I don't know if you guys ever watched Beast and No Nation, but it's basically Beast and No Nations except no black people and no space.
Hey,
But what?
Orga's brown.
I mean, oh yeah, technically, yeah. Oh,
Cool.
that means Johnny Youngbosh, who voices him, is appropriating black culture. He needs to get canceled immediately.
Oh,
Yeah,
my.
and Mikazuki, he kind of stems into that sort of just like basic bitch, like sort of anime main character a little bit with how nonchalant he is. But like, I guess that's the point of his character, you know.
I felt like it worked surprisingly because everyone else was like, oh, they hesitated and they felt all emotional and then he was just like, I'm gonna do it because I want to do it and I don't care.
Mhm.
I'm like, there you go.
He's just nonchalant. That he's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be having a kid, whatever, you know. He's just like, so that's funny.
Bro, you know how weird that must have been that because he had to stay connected to the machine. When were they able to go in the hangar and do it? Unless he just like,
I thought it was after he left, that the end of that one episode when she was crying and stuff. I thought it happened there, but I don't know.
I wonder if
What
like she just went in and all he has is his arm and just like basically raped the poor guy.
Gosh. Damn.
What about
Brandon.
you, Noah? What'd you think about
Oh,
the two
my.
main characters, Orga, Mikazuki? Fuck.
Call me.
I mean, alone they were okay, but together they were great. I don't know. I feel like they definitely needed to come in a pair to really appreciate.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, again, I can understand the reason why they do it in another anime would probably work, but like, when they didn't show Mikazuki's reaction to what's his face dying Orga, I thought was kind of like, they probably should have done it. Like maybe she like Mikazuki like a little bit of weakness, like just a tiny bit of weakness, and they didn't do it. So because like every time like someone died in their family, he fucking get pissed off and he's like, I'm gonna kill you, like, you know.
Yeah, he
so
got pissed off and then added a whole new like side to him. This
Yeah,
one he just
exactly.
kind of like himself still.
mhm.
I know I'm
Um,
gonna be jumping around here, but I was surprised
That's
how much I
fine.
liked Hush. At first,
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought it
the
was
second
really
season.
annoying, but by the end and like when he got killed, I was like, oh fuck.
Brothers in Arms, man.
He kind of
Yeah.
grew on me at the end. Everyone, I
I
guess,
thought he was
grew on me at
fine.
the end.
I thought Hush was fine. He wasn't like anything great, but I'll say this though. I guess we're doing character stuff still. So what you guys think of Biscuit? I thought he was okay. I mean, like he's kind of like just like, oh, he's this-
That fell on the thing of where they really tried to make it emotional. I was like,
yeah, a little. Well, the thing is, I saw his death coming from a mile away because
Yeah.
like they saw, they showed like his sisters being like, "Oh, really hope he gets back soon." At the beginning of the episode, I'm like, "Oh no, what's gonna happen to Biscuit?" And then, they have that whole thing where him and Orga are talking. He's like, "Hey, dude, we'll talk later." It's just I knew from a mile away that he was gonna.
I feel like a lot of
die.
animes do that. That's the one anime trope that I hate the most. I feel like where when they have an anime character that they want to kill off, they're like, we're gonna just for some reason focus a lot on him for like 2 episodes straight, just to add on to the story. And you're like, oh, I wonder.
I feel like a lot of things do that, like in a lot,
Oh, yeah.
not just anime, but like a lot of things. It's like they don't take that. What would have been great though, if Biscuit survived, right? So he was like crushed by like the walker thing or whatever. It'd be great if he survived and then he mended himself, but he had a limp. Then they have to call him Limp Biscuit.
You're so yeah.
Will Smith liked it.
Shut the fuck up.
And,
Too
yeah,
soon.
Biscuit was what? Yeah, Biscuit was whatever. Yeah. What'd you guys think about Cordelia? I will say this: one of the things that kind of took me out of the show a little bit is the love triangle between Cordelia, Ultra,
what the fuck
and
was that?
Mikazuki. I thought that was stupid. Like, pick one and then just go along with it. It was completely unrealistic, and it'll pull me out of it all the time. I'll be like really into a scene. I'm like, holy shit. And then Miss Ultra's like, hey, Cordelia, why don't you have a kid with him too? I'm like, what the no.
Hold on. Isn't she like 12 though?
She's like there's a time skip. She's like
She's
13,
16.
14, 16. Okay, fine, whatever.
No,
wait,
it's so
Cordelia,
weird, though.
or-
She looks like she's 4. Fucking.
True.
Ultra?
She also
Ultra?
looked like she had like cow ears, weirdly enough. When I first saw her, I'm like, is this like a furry chick? Like, what the fuck's going on? And, oh, it's just her hair.
Yeah, she's
Looked
fucking
really
tiny.
weird.
Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Cordelia and Ultra, what'd you guys think about them? Besides
in the
the
first
love
season,
triangle
dude,
thing,
I
that was
wanted to
stupid.
strangle Cordelia. Oh, and in the second season, her character was understood. I understood her importance, I guess, a little bit more. But even then, it was just like, okay.
I think
The
the first
Maid of
season was kind
Revolution.
of just the fact that she had never really realized that, there was orphans being forced into labor and oppressed on Mars.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she was still looking at it through like a little,
Bitch.
what was she?
Princess.
Princess perspective, where she's like, what the fuck is this?
Um.
I still didn't
Well,
like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like okay. Like, I can understand her thing with the whole like this goes back to that video that we did where it's just like, oh, you don't want politics in anime, I'll go back watching Gundam. It's like, well, yeah, I know. Obviously, this show has a bunch of political things, but guess what? It's done well. It's not done like it would be done here. Yeah, I thought Cordelia, like, she's just there to serve the story. That's all. I thought the worst part about it was just the love triangle. I thought that was completely stupid and like unneeded compared to everything else. Like, I don't know. It's just stupid.
Yeah,
So-
it's out of nowhere, she's a lesbian. Or bisexual, sorry.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Because
And then,
Atra's the one who wanted it, right?
She's the one who's just okay with it, even though at first I thought it was gonna be like a stupid harem thing trope that happens where she's like, oh, she's gonna be like versus Cordelia, but then she's just like, nah, 3-way.
Yeah.
So-
damn.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I like take that out of it though. I did like some of the scenes though where like those three were friends. I liked those scenes, like where they all had the bracelets and stuff. I was like, oh, this is nice. Don't talk about having 3-ways. Just
You wanna know what I thought? The first thing I thought of when I saw them have those bracelets, I'm like, your name.
Oh, you son of a
That's
bitch.
immediately what I thought. I'm like, oh no.
No.
Oh yeah, I should have put fucking hell, Brandon.
Way to go, Trent. I was for it too. I'm like, he didn't do it.
Sorry.
I got you.
Anyway.
I didn't do it myself.
Yeah, I didn't hate Ultra either. I could stand Ultra more than Cordelia.
I will say
I
this:
think.
those two were better side hoes in this anime compared to any other, like, some animes where they have like, like Sakura or something like that, where they're
Oh,
there and you're
God.
just like, you're so freaking annoying. They weren't that bad.
These characters
were
are
okay.
definitely better than fucking Sakura.
Sakura
Jesus.
played my boy fucking Naruto, bro. She played him like a fiddle.
I fucking
wanted
hate,
that
that's the reason
edgy
why I hate
emo
Sakura.
guy.
That's the reason why I hate Sakura.
You know what I'm
She's
talking about?
fucking
Like where
awful.
some animes they have like a
That's
girl.
why Sakura does
character,
better.
where they have a girl character and they're just so annoying.
Yeah. All right, and then we have McGillis and Galileo, like you wanted to talk about. Yeah, I thought McGillis grew on me as a villain.
Oh yeah.
Towards the end of the series, I was like, oh man, dude, like at the end, oh my gosh, at the end of season 1 where he portrays Galileo, he's like, don't worry, I'll take care of your sister, and it just fucking kills him. I'm just like,
Bro
holy
had no
shit.
like there was no reason to say that. He's just like, I'll take care of your sister. I'm like,
Yeah.
Hey,
Just him using his friends and stuff that he grew up with, just like, and then at the end we find out like he's been harboring like this, just like this hatred all along to try to reform and stuff. He was a lot better character than I thought he was when we first met him, because I thought he was gonna be boring as fuck, and then by the end I'm like, huh, he wasn't too bad as a like an anti-hero type of villain thing. So
I would just go stay in the character. I got something to say about the politics and all, but dude, they basically had my boy Guts in here, dude.
oh yeah, Akihiro.
Like,
I liked him a
I
lot,
did.
and I'm
will
so
have to
glad him and
say-
Mikazuki stayed behind at the end. Oh,
I have to say,
man.
he is my favorite character just because he's
I knew-
freaking Guts, bro.
He basically is Guts, yeah.
I
Oh,
loved it. I
man.
loved it at the end. He was
He
with
was Space Guts.
he was with Mika the entire way. I'm like, yes, my boy's in there.
Man, he went out like a fuck. Yeah, he was probably one of those characters where I'm like, man, I wish we had just more. He went through so much. Like he saw his brother get killed in front of him, and then he pilots the suit that killed his brother. It's so fucking badass.
And then the one guy that he gave his family name to and basically was a brother, he died too.
Yeah.
You're like, damn.
oh, man, yeah, Akihiro was a pretty good character, though.
Dude,
Like,
at the end, when he was screaming because he was going to get to kill the lock guy, dude, I'm like, it's freaking Guts, dude.
I
And a
literally,
freaking
as
mech.
soon as he did that, more than anything, I was like, yeah, this guy is basically fucking Guts, and he's great.
It was
So
awesome, dude.
yeah, Akihiro was a really good character. And then a couple other characters, like again, like there's a lot of characters that they introduced at the beginning, and like throughout the series, you see little bits of them. Like,
Like I said, I feel like as the anime went on, they did grow on me. Eugene and what's the guy with the earrings?
oh yeah, Eugene, yeah, played by Kirito, yeah.
Yeah. Who's
Um,
the guy with the earrings? I forget his name.
oh yeah, I didn't write his name down. Fuck, Shino.
Shino.
Is it
Yeah,
Shino?
yeah. Dude, when he had that giant like bazooka, I'm like, dude, this is gonna be epic. And he
God,
missed.
I was so
I'm like, fuck,
dude,
bro.
and he's just like charging at him, trying to do everything he can. Man, that fucking sucked.
That hit me. That did hit me.
Yeah, he had like Takuki, who was, one of the other kids there, So there was a bunch of
Ride.
little kid characters I didn't really. Yeah, Ride. I
At
didn't
the
really
end, Ride.
whole-
That was so good, dude.
Oh yeah, he fucking killed that one guy for killing what's his face. Yeah, that was pretty
That
cool.
felt so good to me.
Yeah. We had. So this is one of McGillis's friends, Lady Carta, who he also betrayed and stuff like that. Again, just like him using the fact that he knows that she's in love with him for his advantage and stuff. I thought was really fucking cool. I will say, oh yeah, going back to McGillis, I thought the weirdest thing is the fact that he has to marry Galileo's little
Yeah,
sister and
I-
stuff. And like at first I thought he was like using this so that he can get power. Like that's the only reason why. But then there was this one weird scene in season 2 where he's talking about what he wants for the future and stuff, and he puts her up on his lap. It was really weird. It was a really weird scene. I was uncomfortable watching it. So yeah, that was kind of
Just like
whatever.
making sure the FBI is not knocking on his door.
please don't. Yeah, I thought that was a little weird. What'd you guys think about Naze, the space harem
I
pirate
liked
man?
him. He was okay.
that man
guess.
was a player.
He was kind of cool. Yeah, he was a player for sure. At first I thought it was gonna be Noiba. I was like, oh, of course, that he's just in charge of this harem ship. But then by the end of it, it's just like, oh yeah, he's a really fucking cool guy and stuff. And oh yeah, dude, another death that got me was when they killed Lofter. That got me. I did not see, dude. That was fucking like the end of Phantom, where I just didn't see the guy in the background, and then as soon as, oh God, Akihiro was this close.
I thought
To
she
get
was gonna run
laid.
into Akihiro or someone like that when she was out. I was sitting there I'm like, okay.
She found a teddy bear that looked like him, and then she died.
That was
Fuck.
yeah. Bro, it's freaking insane.
All right. I guess let's have all on the character stuff, unless you have any other characters you wanted to mention.
I mean, there was the old, you got the guys that they helped, the old guys that backed them. You had the prime minister, the Taiwa guy, and the other guy that
Yeah,
Ride
they
killed
did.
at the end. But
Oh yeah, I forgot. I thought the map of the Earth, like the different unions that control it. Like the North is, I forget what it's called, but like basically the United States is a part of the Strategic Alliance Union, which sounds fucking stupid, by the way. It's like it's the USA. I'm like, oh, okay, but it's with Mexico. Oh, ouch. No,
You know what got me though was I know this is kind of a weird thing to say now, but Trent, did you watch this in dubbed in the second season?
So I watched the first season in dub on Crunchyroll, and then when I saw season 2 wasn't, I went to Hulu, which had the whole series dubbed. So
Oh,
I
fuck,
was
I
able to
should have
watch.
asked you. I had to watch the second
Yeah.
season and
I was gonna send something in the chat, but I figured like, well, Brandon doesn't really care about sub dubs.
No,
so I
it
don't
was
know if
fine.
really matters. I'll
It's
be
just one
sure
of
to
those
do that in
things-
the future.
It's one of those things where once you start in the dubbed, it's like I wish I stayed in dubbed, but it was after a few episodes, it was fine.
That's why the fuck would Crunchyroll do
Yeah,
that?
that's so
Why-
weird.
You have season 1 dub, but you don't have season 2. You have all of Saga Tanya Evil dub, but you don't have the movie dub. Like just fuck
Well,
off. They have the
what gets
Portuguese
that's what
dub.
annoyed me a little bit.
off.
I'm like, I really enjoyed the second season way more than the first. Like, I mean, like if I would have rated 2 seasons, I would have said first season would have been like a C- or D something. First
Mhm.
season or the last season, I would have been like it'd be like a B+, A- type of deal. But no,
think-
they had to freaking put it in freaking subbed for me.
I think by the end of season 1, I really liked it. Like in the middle, I was just sort of like, this is sort of like whatever. But then by the end, it kind of did. Both seasons kind of did the same thing for me. Where like by the end of it, I was just like, oh man, like it's kind of like a sort of like a slow burn type of thing. But
Yeah.
you said you wanted to mention the politics of this series or whatever.
Oh
They
crap!
covered
I
a lot of
forgot what I was
stuff.
gonna say.
They
Oh,
covered,
that's
like
what
child
I guess.
labor, and slavery and stuff.
Gosh dang it,
Neo
Galio
colonialism
and,
and stuff.
who's the blonde guy that we were just talking about with the kid
McGillis.
wife? McGillis.
Mackie.
He wasn't good. He wasn't bad. The boy was just like, I'm fucking doing this because I want to. And it's like, I don't know. I felt like he really
McGillis?
screwed up. Yeah, I felt like he was screwing both Gallahorn and Tekkadan. Like he was just like
By the
thorn
end,
in everybody's side. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Like he wanted to reform Gallahorn because of like all the corruption and stuff, which you kind of like, yeah. And then by the
So
end,
we had
of
like
it,
Gallahorn fight, like they basically had like a civil war in Gallahorn. But then he's like, "Hey Tekkadan, I know you have nothing to do with this, but come on over." It's like,
help
oh,
me out, bro.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta talk about that ending because there's some weird stuff that happened. Yeah, so I thought another cool thing that I liked seeing throughout the show is just like seeing these kids working on these giant Mobile Suit Gundams and like, or these giant mobile suits in like 0G. I always thought that was really cool. Like that's the way they would travel all the time. It's just 0G. They would just like go like this and just go.
Yeah,
flying and stuff.
I did
was
enjoy that. I like that they did include that for the whole series.
Like I said, I enjoyed the scene, or well, it got tears in my eyes. The scene where Akihiro had to see his brother die and stuff. That got me a little bit. That was the first death that I think kind of got me a little bit. And then
Space guns.
yeah, space guns. There was another scene that was really cool, which showed like the darkness of the show, which I wish it had like a little bit more of. Was whenever they boarded the enemy ship and they come across a room of like children, human debris, and they're like, no, okay, let's go past them. And then they started shooting, like the human debris started shooting at them, and they had to kill all the kids and stuff. I was just like, fuck, So the show went dark sometimes.
Bro, I wouldn't have hesitated.
Oh, no, me neither. Especially if they were black, man. No, I'm just kidding.
What the fuck?
Anyway, for audio listeners, I'm black, so it's okay. All right, I'm just joking.
Whatever.
As
you
well
say
as the
right
mine.
now.
I'm black on the
Everyone in here is
outside,
black
white on the
now.
inside.
That's a lie. I'm actually
Reverse
Caucasian.
banana.
Anyway,
Oh my.
yeah, okay, I already talked about that. Oh yeah, I was gonna say this. So the Gundam suit Barbados, right? So I know we talked about this. No, this isn't the same Mobile Suit Gundam suit in every series, right? Like this is a different one, right?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I've only seen one.
Oh, okay. I thought when we talked about it
I
last
think
time,
it's
it
a
was like-
different one.
Yeah, how quick I could Google.
Because I was thinking for a second, is this Gundam suit like Herbie, where like it kind of has a conscience? Because like
No, it's all different. The Gundam suits are like relics of the past. And
yeah, but like, is that specific one a specific like set that they made? Because I know they talked about how they only made 72, Mobile Suit Gundam suits in this. And I was like, oh, that explains every series having a Mobile Suit Gundam. Is like each one's a different one.
Everyone's
There's
different,
72.
yeah, I think.
There's 72 Mobile Gundam series. I don't know. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that they threw at the beginning, like the Calamity War was like I didn't know if that was talking about like the first series or whatever. I have no idea. You have human debris and stuff, which I don't know if that was in any other series or not. I will say one thing that I also did enjoy is whenever they killed people in the mech suits and you got to see like the blood spurts. I thought that was really cool. A little nice little detail that they added. And one thing that it was missing though, this Mobile Suit Gundam series was missing that laser sword. I wish that showed up. That would have been fucking awesome if they did. I guess this series just didn't have it, but I'm pretty sure there's a laser sword in Mobile Suit Gundam stuff. All right. Let's see.
So I'm looking it up if Barbatos was in any other Gundam series. I can't see. I can't see if he was in anything, but they do go. I'm looking at the lore and it says that I'm showing that it only had 2 pilots. It was Mika and another guy named Kentaro Mahara. So maybe he was. Maybe he is in another one. If they're focused on the Calamity War, then maybe he is.
Where did they get that suit again?
They just had it.
They just had it. Okay.
Remember they said that the CGS wanted to just sell it.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
What was it from? The Calamity War, or whatever it was.
Yeah, the Calamity War.
Well, there's that, and then there's also the what was it called? The Mobile Armor, which is also from the Calamity War, that they fought for like a couple episodes, which was kind of felt random, by the way. Like, did anyone else feel weird about that?
What was that again? Sorry.
The Mobile Armor episodes where they fought like the AI Mobile Armor that like, had little. I thought that felt random. Like
it was.
I was like, why is this just randomly?
That's what the Calamity was that shit.
Well, I remember the first 3 episodes I watched of the original Mobile Suit Gundam series. They were just fighting other people, but I'm guessing maybe the Calamity War happened after that, or again, the Gundam timeline.
Calamity was the first thing that happened, and that's why the Gundams were developed. Calamity,
dude,
AI wiped out half, a quarter of the population or something like that.
So that was like 300 years ago, and then I'm guessing the Mobile Suit Gundam series, the original, happened like maybe 100 or 200 years ago.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Brandon?
Dude, I'm just saying somebody who's really into the Gundam series is listening to us. He's like, no, you're all wrong.
Oh, I've tried to find like a watch order so I can start with like the first Mobile Suit Gundam series and more. I can't find one that makes it because they're like compilation movies of the show and stuff, and that gets confusing. They have a bunch of ONA series and OVA series. It's just like, man, it's just there's a lot of Mobile Suit Gundam is what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure it's only in this one because I was looking. Where I'm looking at has all the different forms of Barbatos, where obviously they had to fix them up, and it's only showing it from this series. So I'm pretty sure he's only in this.
Okay.
So apparently no one uses them because extensive use of them leads to crippling or getting killed.
Yeah, Mikazuki, freaking slowly.
But he's the only one.
Arm and his eye. And then he lost
that's apparently why
use of his leg. And he can only move him whenever he's connected to the suit, which was, yeah. See, I thought another thing that was kind of stupid was like whenever they were on Earth and Biscuit's brother got them to arrest, they were able to capture Cordelia, but it wasn't Cordelia, it was Autra. And like Autra told them that she was Cordelia, but I'm like, don't they have a picture of this bitch? She's a princess. Do you think this is the future? Don't they not? How they confuse these two just because she says she is? Like that doesn't make any sense. And that harkens back to at the end whenever we talk about that because there's another thing that doesn't make any sense. The future, but no pictures apparently. Yeah. I thought the ending of season 1 where they were fighting at the bridge or that capital or whatever where the election was being held, I thought was pretty cool. I just liked how like they were literally outmanned and stuff. They were losing a ton of men, but they were still able to persevere and stuff. And again, Mikazuki versus that mobile armor fight that happens in season 2 was really okay. What do you guys think about the fighting in this series? Because I actually kind of liked it. Like
off and on, it was nice, and then sometimes it was just like
it wasn't as good as Kogias. That's what I'll say. It wasn't as good. Kogias
I
has a
felt
fucking
like sometimes every once in a while I would get the vibe of no, don't judge me. I would get the vibe of 1997 Berserk, where he's just slashing his sword and guys would go flying. Every once in a while, it's just that you see him swing a sword, then you see like a frame go flying. I don't know.
I mean, we have to watch the original Mobile Suit Gundam series then.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I thought the fighting was fine. It just, again, like, I guess because these are like, I guess they're bigger units, so maybe like it doesn't look like maybe as good, or maybe this series isn't like a perfect representation of it. Because like, again, like I feel like, do you remember fucking Collins thing from Code Geass, her fucking mech thing with the arm and stuff that blew up people? Like, I remember that stuff so bad. This series made me want to watch Code Geass really bad because it just reminded me of it so
You know what
much.
this reminded me of that I really wanted to watch was Sword X Gun. Did any of you guys watch that?
I mean, Gun X Sword.
Yeah, we did that, didn't we?
No.
Okay.
I'm getting confused. What was that really bad anime that's like 3D called? Like,
there's a lot of those.
Well, no, it was like Gun X. I thought it was Gun X Sword, but it might be something else.
No, Gun X Sword's an older like 2000s anime. But there's like 13 mechs that are like off in space and orbit, and you're able to call it down, and they'll fight, and it's pretty dope actually. But maybe we'll maybe a pick in the future.
All right. So getting towards the end again, like Lofter's death got me, Orga's death got me. Like I just didn't see it. His death, man, dude.
Orca, dude. Honestly, every one of those deaths at the end were getting to me. Orca's, Lofter's, even Naze, the guy.
Yeah, Naze, yeah, and his chick, yeah, they fucking both died, like just ramming into the ship and stuff. That was really crazy. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff happening at the end. And then you have fucking Hero, Mikazuki, and Hush staying behind to hold them off and stuff, and they're just all fucking.
I know we were talking about the fight scenes, and then we kind of went by it, but dude, the ending with Akihiro and Mika at the end when they were fighting, especially Mika with Barbatos, and he had like one arm and then no arm, and he's just slaughtering bitches.
He has like his tail and stuff. Oh man, dude, it was so good.
And it had a cool noise at the end. Oh, what was the noise? It sounded like. I can't even remember now, but I was like, oh, that sounds like so-and-so. But
yeah, it was that. I wish it did that at the end. That'd be pretty great. Just a big F you. Oh yeah. What do you think about that fucking chick who killed Mika? She was like, whatever. I don't fucking.
I really wish they didn't have her kill him.
I know. I wish it was someone else.
I wish it was like he was slaughtering them, and they had to do wave after wave of those things in the sky to kill him.
That would have been so much better. I feel like because having her kill him was fucking. I just got pissed off. I was like, dude,
I thought they were going to do Akihiro that way, that he would just die in the first barrage. I'm like, come on. And then
dude,
he got up. I'm like,
they got hit with those giant fucking bow and arrow blow up things or whatever.
Dude,
and then they both
climb
out of the. Oh,
he pulled one of the spears out of his chest. I'm like, that's my boy.
Yeah, I wish that's how it. I thought for a split second that fucking what's his face. Whenever they show like, because she ripped off like the covering of Barbatos, and then you saw Mika in there, and I thought Mika was gonna just try to get out and like shoot her or something like that. I thought that'd be fucking great if he did something like that,
like a Tommy gun or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So they all fucking. So Mika dies, and that man, his last line really got me too. Him just thinking about Well, at first I thought his last well, at first you see him and Orca and stuff, and I thought that was really good. That. Again, it was close to Gungrave, but not enough. Like, do you remember the end of Gungrave?
Gungrave.
Do you remember whenever they showed them as kids meeting? I was just like, fuck, man. Like, it didn't quite get there, but it was like, He's like, are we here, Orca? He's like, yeah, Mikazuki. Like, I was just like, oh, fuck, man. That guy got me.
So I think Mika's freaking thing got to me because, well, then again, he not because he was doing it for his kid, but just because he had a kid. And I was like, dang, bro, he's he's doing it for his family.
He didn't even really think about them that much at the end, which was really
he didn't even
funny.
think about her, bro.
Fuck that kid. But yeah, like the last line of him being like, oh man, I got this bracelet all dirty again. Ultra's going to be mad or whatever. I was just like, that kind of got me and stuff.
Hopefully What's-Her-Face can help me apologize. And that was it. I'm like,
yeah. I'll say this. I don't understand their plan because it's like, okay, we're going to escape, and then we're going to blow up the base to make them think that we're dead, but we're all actually alive still. And then we see them years later, but they all still look the same. Did they not
Yeah.
have identification, customs, all that shit? And yet they're just all like they're. I thought that was kind of just like a little bullshit. Where I'm just like, okay, so they all survived just because they have different identities now, but they look exactly the same. It's like, can you imagine if Osama bin Laden did that? He probably did do that, except he'd have the decency to shave his beard so he actually doesn't look the same. None of them did that.
Holy
None of
Trent,
them in
if
this
that's the
series did
case,
that.
you're probably him.
Maybe. But yeah, I thought the and then dude, so yeah, we got the ending, we have the time skip and everything, you know, everyone's shitting out kids and all that stuff, you know, typical anime ending stuff like that. And we have fucking Mika's kid's name Akatsuki, so this confirms that this is a super prequel to Naruto Shippuden. Noah, okay, or super sequel, I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was kind of a nice ending, you know, seeing Atra and, you know, Akatsuki and stuff like that. So
I still like Ride. You know, Ride seemed torn up that he couldn't save Orca.
yeah,
As he goes and
fucking
kills the
still
guy, I'm like, yes, man.
Tekkadin's still alive, bitch. You know, so that's pretty. Him,
I
yeah,
didn't
him and a
see
couple
that because
others.
Ride was like a whatever. I'm like, he's just another side character. And at the
He's a
end, he
little
played that
shit.
major role. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, not the. Yeah, I thought it like. Yeah, Mika's death was probably the biggest thing that got me in that, but yeah, still solid ending though. All right, favorite character.
Space Guts.
Space Guts. Hashtag Space Guts.
You know what's funny? Apparently all fans refer to him as Space Guts.
Really?
Are you serious? No fucking
Yeah.
way, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I
hilarious.
had to
Google,
look that up
see
because
what
we kept
happens.
saying it. I was like, no way, this is an actual thing.
That's fucking hilarious. I mean, he
I
does
typed
look
in
like
Space
Guts.
It is the first thing that comes up.
That's hilarious. Yeah, he was great. Mikazuki and Orca together were really good. Separate, they were fine. Especially Orca. Orca in the second season just became a fucking manager. Like, he didn't do anything really, except for the end when he died, you know, when he got shot. But like, yeah, Mikazuki, you know, he was fine overall. Again, like, just the most nonchalant, just like, yeah, you know, gonna be a dad, whatever. Like, I'm gonna go fucking die.
It helps
So-
help Ultra with my kid. It's like, oh,
Yeah, so can you help Archer with my kid? I don't feel like it. Also, I'm crippled, kind of.
have pity on me.
Yes, please. Yeah, I thought McGillis was an interesting. Again, he kind of reminded me of the guy we covered in Fena Pirate Princess a little bit. I forget what his name was. Fuck, he was a really interesting villain. The villain in Fena Pirate Princess kind of reminded me of him a little bit. And I didn't hate Atra. I could do without fucking Cordelia probably. Any other characters? Yeah, some of the death scenes still got. Naze was fine. I didn't like love him or anything.
You know, honestly, that the last like 10, 12 episodes, I was like, damn. Okay, I see what they're doing. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no. What'd you think about the ending when everyone died?
Oh yeah, no. What a great,
was
what a
awful.
great way to end stuff.
In
Yes,
my
it is.
solitude.
Favorite
my solitude.
favorite scene.
Mika going fucking crazy in the Barbatos, bro, at the end.
I mean, he did that a couple times, so I don't know.
No,
which one you're talking about.
honestly, him and freaking Akihiro at the end, standing side by
Space
side.
God,
You dead
yeah.
yet? No. I'm like,
Yeah, that was
yes.
really fucking cool.
Yeah.
That might be one of the best scenes in the show.
And him killing Locke, him and that ending with that fight was so freaking good, man. And when he killed Locke, it was so satisfying.
Oh, dude, fucking Akihiro crushing that guy. Oh, that was so awesome, dude. He's like, I recognize that voice, and he just, oh man, that was so fucking cool.
Dude, it was so
Yeah,
good.
that was probably one of the best scenes.
Space
of the
Guts
show.
all the way.
I like when it ends and he yells that we are the Blooded Orphans, and then they all win.
They blooded all over them.
The Blooded the Mobile Suit Gundam.
Dude, I hated
It's
that
'cause
meme
they
for
eat a
so
lot of
long.
meat. Yeah, let's see. Any other scene? I mean, I wish we got an episode of fucking Orca and Mikazuki.
It
Man.
showed like a glimpse of them in the alleyway. And
Yeah,
was
but I
like,
wish they showed.
That's all they did,
more.
though, man.
I know.
I wish they
that
just
was it,
showed
though,
more.
which was my problem. Like there was like they were just oh
It'd be
yeah.
cool if
he
they
follows
released
him and loves him.
what's it called? Like
Uh-oh.
what's a side thing? Like an episode,
OVA.
OVA.
an OVA of that. That'd be cool.
Ova.
There
It's
probably is one, and
ogre.
everyone's gonna put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Dude, people are probably so
You guys
mad at
missed-
us.
Look, this is our first MSG series.
Oh
Okay, give
my.
us a break.
They're probably
All
not.
right.
They're probably happy because they're very welcoming people.
The Mobile Suit Gundam community. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
bro.
Apparently, people really did not like The Witch from Mercury. I don't. One of them. Well, also just they said it was bad, but also because like some people try. You know, I'm not even gonna get into it. Well, whatever. Anyway, yeah. Apparently, people didn't like that new series. Anyway, it's the newest series. Yeah. In terms of any scene where Orca and Mikazuki were talking alone, I loved. I just loved those two together. You know. All right. Worst parts, improvements. Would you guys not like about the series a lot? I feel like they just did a lot of fuck shit sometimes where I'm just like, yeah. Like
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you really have to grind through the beginning of this. You said the beginning of each season, but I'd say this the first season in general. You got to grind through. And in the end, like when they're able to connect on all the characters, and you see them all at the end, and you see some of them dropping like flies, it's good. Us talking about it is actually really maybe appreciate it a whole lot more.
mhm.
So, yeah, I mean,
I love the whole concept behind Mobile Suit Gundam. I like it. I love the whole like. Who doesn't like fucking giant mechs fighting each other?
I'm just glad that Gundam doesn't do the
Pacific
thing that
Rim,
most.
baby.
I'm glad they don't do the thing that most other Gundam animes do, where they put wheels on the feet.
Hey, when Code Geass did that, that was awesome. Okay.
I mean, they're
It
not in
looks stupid,
space,
though.
so it's okay, I guess. But it's just like, oh, we gotta get them. It's like,
Kind of
okay.
did that. Well, at least they're not on roller skates like an Ico or some gay shit, you know. So,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why? Like, there's no need for this.
and
Just
yet
have
you
them
like
run.
Beyblade, Brandon. Like, come
Did I
on.
like Beyblade?
I thought you said you did like Beyblade.
I used to watch. I
maybe-
used to like it, and then I was like, oh wow, I'm an
Well,
adult, and I'm watching
Beyblade
Wow,
is
this is
Beyblade.
really
different,
gay.
buddy.
More like
Beyblade
Gayblade.
spins in circles and they fight each other.
I just gotta say something. The one thing that always sticks out to me in Beyblade, this is when I was like, okay, I gotta stop watching this show, is when they refer to some like biblical things within Beyblade, like they use the power of the Beyblade to part the Red Sea and stuff. I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm done.
Seriously, they did that shit.
Yeah, dude. They have a picture of freaking Moses walking down the Red Sea with a Beyblade. I'm
That's
like,
so
nope,
fucking funny.
I'm done. Oh my.
That's really funny. Yeah, I wish there were more scenes of. I wish the relationship between Orga and Mikazuki was better. Is a big thing. I feel like because I would have been way more connected to those characters. I feel like. I would. There's a lot of characters, so like maybe dial down a couple characters. Although I guess like I don't know if it's just like with this, because I mean Code Geass had a lot of characters, but I like that show a lot though. So I don't know if it's just maybe if you have a lot of characters, make a lot of them interesting. You know, I could do without the politics though. Like not even just like I don't agree with this. No, I was just bored by it. It wasn't as interesting
Yeah.
as in. You know, like I was just kind of like, okay, whatever, you know. Like there were some things like how Galahorn was like basically just this military thing and they you know, they control the entire fucking place or whatever. So, you know, that's whatever.
Apparently, they're like an
Noah.
overarching villain in like every Mobile Suit. It's like not villain, but they're in the universe. It's not just for this.
Hold on. You want to speak up a little bit? I couldn't hear you there. It's just-
I said apparently they're in like this universe. It's not just like this anime that has them. It's like
What
in
you mean
Galahorn.
oh, Galahorn? Ah, okay.
Well, they were.
Yeah,
all-
well, yeah, they
they were the ones who ended the Calamity War, so I'd imagine they're probably in the other series,
Well, you know how
Yeah,
some
probably.
series just like throw out random villains.
or like Star Wars, where they'll just make a First Order out of nowhere.
Yep.
Somehow
Yes.
Palpatine returned.
Palpatine
So
didn't
fucking
die when he was
gay.
thrown off a cliff and died.
God, you
You
Disney.
gotta love Disney, man. Woo.
Fucking
Fucking
Disney, don't even try to
Disney.
touch anime or Mobile Suit Gundam or anything like that.
I don't think
Anyway,
Japan would let 'em.
yeah. Anything else you guys didn't like?
No,
Grind through it. It's worth it.
it's definitely it's good, but it's not like amazing.
Yeah.
It's not as impactful, I feel like, as again, I'll say it again, Code Geass, because it's made by the same people, and then it has a lot of
Fights
same
were
things.
awesome.
I don't know. I'm
Some of
thinking
the
of
fights were great.
Gun X Sword. and Alnoa Zero. Both of them are mechs. Actually, Alnoa Zero has mechs, and it's actually Mars coming to invade Earth. So,
Except I didn't like that because it was fucking 3D animated.
you watched Alnoa Zero? You didn't like it?
Well, isn't it? That's the 3D animated one, right?
Well, I mean, it's 3D animated with freaking mechs. I mean,
Well, look,
it's not-
but everything's 3D animated. The characters are too.
They
I don't
weren't
think
in
they were.
this.
I don't think they were. Let me look that up. while we're
Alnoa Zero,
talking at
I'm
the
pretty
end.
sure. What
Were
was
they
it called
even-
again?
Were they even? No. What's the wait?
Am
There
I
was an
thinking of a
anime where
different one?
You might be thinking of something different.
Okay, what?
I'm thinking of something different. Never mind. You're right.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like,
What's
no,
the-
it
what's
wasn't.
the one that's all
like,
3D animated. There's another one that's like just like that.
oh no, there's so many mech anime, but the ones that are standing out
Yeah.
to me is Gun X Sword and Alnoa Zero. Those two were good.
No, I like this one. I'm
Oh,
thinking of
and
the one
obviously,
that's,
Code
what is it?
Geass. I always
Mhm,
forget
Code
Code
Geass.
Geass is a mech anime.
Dude, I know, right? That's what I loved about the show when I first watched it. I'm just like, okay, let's see what this is about. Fucking mechs, what? And then it ended up being awesome.
Whole lot of mechs and the TV channels.
And tits. Yes. In terms of other Mobile Suit Gundam series, I
Oh,
know
I'm
there's the
thinking of,
Origin.
Sorry, I was thinking of Knights of Sidonia.
Ah, I feel like
That
I have
sounds
watched that one
vaguely
actually.
familiar.
That
Sounds
one's all
vaguely
3D animated, and I don't like it because it looks weird.
I think I tried it. I'm like, oh, this is nasty. Stopped.
Yeah, I know other Mobile Suit Gundam series that I want to check out was like the Origin and also Witch from Mercury because I'd like to see for myself whether it's good or not. That's the one with lesbians in it, I think. And in terms of this one was on the top of my list of Mobile Suit Gundam series I wanted to watch, and obviously the original I want to watch and see what that's like. Whenever I get a chance to, I remember from what little I remember of it, it wasn't actually that bad in terms of like it wasn't as dated looking as I thought it'd be for 1970. I
Maybe-
think is when it came out.
Maybe we should do a side episode of just mobile or Gundam animes that we've watched and ones that we want to watch.
That'd be a good one to do. There are a fuck ton of them for sure.
Yeah.
You guys have you ever watched Genlock? You ever watch that? I mean, technically it's not anime; it's an American one. But
It sounds familiar, but I can't.
can we put Pacific Rim on the list?
No.
Pacific Rim's awesome. That
No.
movie's awesome.
It's definitely cool. Number 2 sucked.
Yeah, the second one sucked. The fucking John Boy.
I never actually watched the second one. I only watched
Don't watch it. It's
No,
so
it's gonna
fucking
ruin
bad.
the
Just watch the
series.
first one. Just watch the
the first
first
one
one.
was
Who
good.
Well,
Oh, we did Pacific Rim the Black.
I
Remember
know.
that
That's
series?
what I thought you were talking about. I was like, no.
look, you can't
I like the
fuck
characters.
up giant robots fighting monsters.
But they did.
Except for the second one. But
Well, they weren't. Yeah. Okay. And fucking making Charlie Day the bad. Ah! I hate that second movie. Anyway, yeah. Replay value. This
No.
is tough. I don't think
It's
I
too
would
long
though. But it's
to get-
good.
yeah.
Yeah, it's 50 episodes, and also like. If an anime is going to be over like 25 episodes, it's got to be really good for me to want to rewatch. It's got to be like insanely good. Again, I'll say it again. Code Geass. I can rewatch that easily. It's 50 episodes. But yeah, this one I have to say low, even though like, it's tough. I think it's low though. Even though I like this series though, it's low.
It's funny thinking about how like I'm now thinking of the show because last night I talked to Noah and he was like, "Oh, you were talking about how many episodes I had left," and I was saying, "Oh, I'm on track. I should be able to finish tomorrow and be good." And I was like, "I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling the show." And then I got to the last literally the next episode after I talked to him, I'm like, "Oh shit."
This is a series. The first time that I've like spaced out a series where like I watched like there would be one day I watched like 5 episodes, the next day I watched like 10 and stuff, and I think that kind of helped me a bit instead of trying to watch like 12 in one day and 13 in another. Or
I
something
mean,
like
all I
that.
did was like 7 each day. 7 when we were talking, and 7 the next, 7 the next. And I got it done, bro.
I don't usually watch anime during the weekdays because as soon as I get home, I usually fall asleep. But like, I tried to space it out, and I think that kind of helped a little bit because like the days when I watched 5 episodes, I was really engaged, but the days I watched 10 episodes, I was like, it's whatever, So that might be it. Yeah, so low I would say for me. What about you, Noah? I mean, I guess this is your second time watching it.
yeah, I've already seen it again, so I don't think I need another.
Hmm.
No,
All
offense
right,
to it. It's great, but
Yeah, no, yeah, I think I think it's fair to be like, yeah, this was good, but I don't know if I'll rewatch it again. Rating, final thoughts, Brandon. What do you give Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans?
I figured I was thinking I was just gonna give it like a solid C plus. I'm gonna give it a B minus. I think I like that area. B minus, somewhere in there.
That's fair because I gave it a B, baby. Yeah, I gave it a B. I think it deserves that, and also just like by the end of it, there's a part of me that's a little nostalgic to go back and rewatch and see these characters alive again and just watch them through. But then I remember like some of those boring parts where I'm just like, do I really want to sit through all of this? So, but yeah,
Trent,
I
I want you to make a AMV of Space Guts and Guts
Oh,
together.
please, no. I've been workshopping my Aquaman one, trying to make it better.
Oh
but,
my!
Yeah, I think it's a solid B for me. What about you, Noah?
Yeah, I'm with Brandon, like C plus, B minus, right there. I think it can
Yeah.
go either way, depending on what else I put on the tier list. But
That's funny. I feel like you were really talking it up, and it turns out you were the one who rated it the lowest.
yeah, it's the nostalgia goggles. It was not as good as the first time I watched it, but it was still good. Because
I was gonna say, what
it's like-
time? When did you watch it the first time? When it first released?
Yeah, no, I watched it when I first started coming to dub.
When
Just 'cause
I don't know when this
Toonami.
came out.
Was it like 2014 or something?
Yeah, somewhere around. I know it was popular right around when I started getting really into anime and watching a lot.
I started watching it just on Toonami, and then I was like, oh shit, I actually got to find this and watch the whole thing. And then I watched it on some I think it was Kiss Anime. I watched it on.
Bro,
Came
good
out in
old Kiss anime.
If people
came out in
remember that
2015,
shit,
so yeah.
But no.
Yeah, I remember when the series was what was it? Advertised on Toonami, but I just completely let my line until I saw like the art of it. When I saw like the kids and like the Mobile Suit Gundam in the background, I'm like, wait, I remember that. Yeah, it was a Mobile Suit Gundam series. Holy shit! So yeah, and also the name too is really fucking cool. Iron Blooded Orphans, like that's really cool. I don't know what that just sounds really cool to me. And also just like again, I'll talk about like I like that concept of just having like this army of kids. And and Cordelia talked about it a couple times where it's like, dude, these kids like whenever they would see like these kids get injured, be like, okay, I'm gonna go back out there. She's just like, these are fucking kids. Why are they doing it? Like
I will have to say that scene with the one blonde haired chick from Taiwan was like, they're kids, they'll never recover. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro. They've seen way more than you ever have seen. Bro, it's too late. They're already fucked. They're gonna have PTSD by the time they're 20. Let them be.
Dude, go to Central America. You'll find a bunch of kids coked up on coke fighting each other, okay? But yeah. Overall, I think a pretty good entrance into the Mobile Suit Gundam series. I know there's a couple of shorter ones that are like, but yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing another Mobile Suit Gundam series though. See like if they're all different. Like I honestly I think that'd be better if each of them is like kind of slightly different in their own way, instead of all of them just feeling the same as this. So, yeah. Anyway, those are our thoughts on Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. Tell us what you guys thought about it. Tell us how our stuff, what was it, the lore on Mobile Suit Gundam and how we got it all wrong. It's like, no, this is this and this is that. Even though this is our first Mobile Suit Gundam series. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. If you're listening to this on audio, be sure to leave a rating, share, favorite, review the podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to leave a like, share, subscribe for more content like this. This has been a casual anime discussion. My name's Trent.
Mine's Brandon.
Mine and not.
And we'll see you guys next time. Later!
Vans on my feet.